though I'm just one, there's many here for the voice behind me.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but for the minutes, would you give your name and then your address?
I was going to say. Okay, so my name is Lori Seville, and I live at 5813 Ridge Patch Road in Covington. And I'm a teacher at Clifton Middle School. I have been in that building since the doors opened. I have been in the same classroom since that building is opened, teaching the same subject, so I've been there for a while. I am simply a voice for other teachers. They have emailed concerns, so I'm going to be reading through those. One of them is, my biggest concern is the fact that they have left CMS teachers completely out of the decision-making process with closing our school going into Covington High School. You can tour a building, but the walls do not speak to give you the wealth of knowledge that the teachers who work there day to day, year after year, possess. Another teacher said the decision was not made to give our students the best possible place to receive education they deserve. This was made to appease the public, the Covington Cougar fan public. Teachers will make choices based on what's best for the student, not what's best for nostalgia. Another one, I am so concerned about the lack of a bus loop. When our children switch buildings, the needs will not change. Hundreds of kids need a safe way to get to and from school. Currently, this is impossible at CHS. Another one, my $40,000 equipment cannot go into an unair-conditioned room. The HVAC system needs to be put into place prior to students moving and moving equipment in. This is true for all CTE classrooms. All of the agriculture plants will die in the cold months because there is no climate control in those rooms. There is funding available, but there is no plan. There is no plan because people don't know what jobs they're going to be responsible for. Another one, if the building is not paid for, and if it's going to be a sublease to somebody like Dabney, who pays the taxes and takes care of the maintenance? Who's responsible for that? The library is on the second floor of CHS, and we only have one elevator there. Our librarian, and it's a small elevator that requires a key as well. Our librarian is in a wheelchair, and if the case arises where there's a fire, we had a fire drill today, and if the elevator is not in service, then how is she expected to vacate the building? We know going in day to day, there will be someone in a wheelchair on the second floor. So that's going, and you never know when you're going to have another student who has a handicap of some sort. It says the stairwells are very narrow to accommodate everyone leaving at once. At Clifton Middle, we have 4 stairwells. Our library is larger at CMS. There's no way to get 8,000 books into the CHS library. Clifton Middle School is up to code. Since Covington is a relic, you're unable to remodel it. Parking issues during games, events, and such. All ball fields are at one place at CMS. At AHS, they're spread out. And where is this report that tells us that Covington is a better fit as a middle school? Because when our middle school was built, it was built to be a middle school, not a high school. It is designed for middle school. We have 6th grade halls. Those are my babies. I bring them in. We kind of get them a little bit at a time mixed in with 7th and 8th grade because they truly are babies. They don't want to admit it. 7th and 8th grade is upstairs. We can't even get all of our classes together. So all of our 6th graders will be intermixed, and that is not a good environment at all. There's also not enough science labs at Covington. We were able to find a, from 2009, where Allegheny, where our middle school had 51% excellence, 43% good, 2% average, 2% poor. Covington received 4% very poor, 46.5% poor, 46.5% average, 0% good, 0% excellent. Our question is, why were we left out of the decision process? We were not, we're not involved. Where is this test? What is best for our children? And let me go ahead and stop and say, none of us are against consolidating. We are all for what's for the children. It is best for them for us to consolidate. We need to get our resources together. However, you cannot tell me that leaving a modern school, going to a high school that is, well, my grandma went to that high school, is not a good thing. I mean, you just can't tell me that that is what's best for these kids. It cannot be. I think Covington High School is a wonderful thing. Move our central offices there. Put those there. Put different things there, but leave our middle school where it is. I just don't understand the why behind it. We lost everything in this. We were told no one school will lose anything. We lost our building. We lost our name. We lost our colors. We lost our mascot. We lost everything. That is what was, that was not part of the deal. We were told not one building, not one place would lose everything, or something would go. Tell me, what do we get to keep? So I hope that you all, we found bits and pieces of different information. Many of us have searched for this study that shows that Covington High School is best. None of us could find it. But what we did find, we've given to you the questions, and hopefully you all can provide some answers to us, because we just don't understand. But it is best for the students to consolidate, but I don't think it's in best interest of the students to go to Covington High School. That is not what's best for them. Our school was built as a middle school, and it was only in 2001 that this was open. And also, one other thing that we thought of, Clifton Middle School and Mountain View, they're one big building. Anytime anybody goes into those buildings for an extended amount of time, you have to be background checked as an adult. If Dabney comes in there, are we going to background check all those people? Are they going to have to go through that? Because they're going to be right there, one door away, one cafeteria away from our elementary kids. So, we have all of these people here and more. We couldn't get it all together at the last minute, but we want our voices to be heard. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is it okay if I speak?
You would just have to say your name and address for the record or for the minutes.
I'm Katie Hinkle. I'm a teacher at Clifton Middle. My address is 6201 Uplands Road. Lori spoke for us as a group of teachers. I would just like to speak on behalf of some of the coaches with that decision that was made for CHS. I am a 7th grade science teacher at Clifton Middle, but I'm also the head varsity cheerleading coach at Allegheny High School, and I'm also the head varsity girls tennis coach at Allegheny High School. My biggest concern as a coach, I just came from practice. Close proximity allows me to make things like this. Close proximity will be a huge issue for our 8th graders that do play JV sports. I'm not really sure how the busing is going to work without missing half of an entire practice from CHS to Allegheny High School if they are on the JV team. Another concern is, the weather today, we've all seen it. It is raining out. When things like that happen and we have spring sports, the sports that are in season get priority on the gyms. So as far as gym-wise, about in a mile proximity, we have Central, we have Allegheny High School, we have Clifton Middle, and we have Mountain View. That is 4 gyms that are available to us if we have to change plans at the last minute. At CHS, that would give us 1 gym to host several JV sports in the event of bad weather. This consolidation was marketed as an opportunity for sports to become better and to become more powerful. And part of that is developing an interest at a young age. And tennis and cheer are not top priority. That's understandable. But with that being said, you have to have somewhere to practice. And if we have 1 gym, I fear that the priority is going to be on baseball, on softball, on football, things of that nature. 1 gym to sustain the amount of sports we have going on, or busing kids 15 minutes either way when we are supposed to end practices, ideally by 6 o'clock so they have time to get all their academics in as well, is not practical. And not just speaking as me as a coach, there are several coaches who commute. I have other engagements at Allegheny High School consistently. With the close proximity, I am allowed to go back and forth. During my planning, if I need to drop off something for a fundraiser, or I need to drop off a check, or I need to go to a pep rally, that allows me to not be out of my class super early. Also, with leaving early, I have 2 away tennis matches this week. I can be at Allegheny High School in 5 minutes. Not a big deal, no issue, not anything that would be, ridiculous to my students to miss my time. However, if I'm commuting 15 minutes either direction consistently for practices, for away matches, or we're expecting students to commute to us, because Covington High School does not have tennis courts, and AET only has 2, whereas Clifton Middle has 6. It's not practical for our students. And I think if we're marketing to make athletics better, we should be thinking about those 8th graders, and we should be considering our coaches a little more. Thank you.
Thank you.